If you know how to factor a trinomial where your leading coefficient is not 1, then do it. Do it. Okay? Against my better judgment, I'm going to show you 3 different ways to factor the exact same trinomial. Aren't you excited? You pick a way that you like, or you may already know the way that you like, and go with it. But don't try to learn all 3 ways because you are going to get so confused. Okay? Pick one and go with it. Alright? The first one is the box method. The book actually teaches what we call the AC method. The AC method and the box method are the same. It's just the box method uses a graphic organizer. That's the only thing. Okay? It's the exact same thing as the AC method. So here are your steps. There's 9 of them. Isn't that exciting? First thing you're going to do is draw your box and divide it into 4 parts. And then what you're going to do is you're going to place the first term in box 1. You're going to place the last term in box 4. And then you're going to multiply these 2 terms together. And then you're going to go back to doing what we were doing previously. You're going to think, what can I multiply together to get this product? And add together to get that middle term. Whatever your 2 magic numbers that you come up with, those go in boxes 2 and 3. From here, you're going to factor out what's in common in 1 and 2. You're going to factor out what's in common in 3 and 4. You're going to factor out what's in common in 1 and 3. And you're going to factor out what's in common in 2 and 4. And you have an answer. Okay? So if you're a right-brain person, make sure you get this. If you're a right-brain person, these words mean something to you. If you're a left-brain person, you need to see some numbers. So I'm going to show you some numbers. Here we go. Step number 1, make your box. And if you've already decided I am not doing the box, I've never seen this, I don't want to do it, then just zone out for a minute, okay? Step number 1, you're going to put your 6x squared in the first box. Next step, put the negative 20 in the last box. And then multiply these 2 together. 6 times negative 20, I'm thinking is negative 120 x squared. Correct my math if it's wrong. Now, we've got to think, what can we multiply together to get that, but add together to get 19x? Now, you already know that the signs are going to be different, right? You already know the signs are going to be different. So at this point, you just start playing around with your calculator. 24 and 5. All right, so we're going to have a 24x and a 5x. What are the signs going to be? One of them has to be positive, one of them has to be negative, right? Because when we multiply it together, we're going to have a negative 20, but when we add together, we need a positive 19. What was the little hint that I told you? Biggest number carries a sign, so the 5 is going to be negative, right? 5 is going to be negative. Now, those 2 numbers, 24x and negative 5x, are going to go in the empty boxes, and it does not matter where you put what. It does not matter. So I'm going to put the 24x up here, and I'm going to put the negative 5x down here. Now, you go back to the number 1 thing that we learned in factoring. You're going to factor out the greatest common factor. So, the greatest common factor between the top 2 boxes is going to be 6x. The greatest common factor on the bottom 2 boxes is going to be a negative 5. The greatest common factor on the left 2 boxes is going to be an x. And the greatest common factor on the right 2 boxes is going to be, I'm thinking 4. And here's your answer. 6x minus 5 times x plus 4. And that's the box method. So if you like the box method, practice it. Practice it. You always factor to the left and factor up. So like these 2, what's in common come out here, and what's in common here come out here. What's in common here goes up, and what's in common goes up. Alright, so there's the box method. Do it if you want to, don't do it if you don't want to. It's not going to hurt my feelings at all. Okay, let's try bottoms up. How many of you have tried bottoms up? How many of you like bottoms up? Okay, bottoms up. If you can remember, my father drinks Red Bull, you can do bottoms up. My father drinks Red Bull. So it's the exact same problem, so we already know how it's supposed to turn out, right? It's the exact same problem. My father drinks Red Bull. M stands for multiply. You're going to multiply 6 times negative 20. And you're going to rewrite, you're going to make a new trinomial where your leading coefficient is 1. So you're taking the 6 and you're putting it into the negative 20. So you're going to have x squared plus 19x minus 120. Look kind of familiar? We had that 120 a while ago, did we not? So M says to multiply your first times your last and make a new trinomial with that new product. F says to factor. Signs are going to be different. Thus the x squared into x and x, and think, what can we multiply together to get a negative 120, but add together 19? Y'all have already told me that was what? 24 and negative 5, is that right? So M is multiply, F is factor. D says to divide out what you multiplied in. What did we multiply in? A 6. So we have to turn around and divide that 6 back out. So you're going to divide your constants by your original A, what you multiplied in. R says to reduce these fractions. So we're going to have x plus 24 divided by 6 is 4. And this fraction won't reduce. So we'll just have to leave it alone. If it will reduce, reduce it. If it won't reduce, don't worry about it. B, that's where bottoms up comes from. You're going to, if you have a fraction left, you're going to bring the denominator, the bottom, up to the front. So in the first one, I don't have a fraction. It stays by itself. But here, bottoms up. 6x minus 5. And you're done. My father drinks Red Bull. Multiply the first one into the last one and make your new trinomial where your leading coefficient is 1. But remember, this number is going to be different. And then we go back to this process. Okay, your leading coefficient is now 1, so you have to have 2 sets of parentheses, divide on your signs, bust your x up. Think, what can I multiply together to get negative 120, but add together to get 19? No matter what you choose to do, you're going to do this. So if you're thinking you're going to get out of this by choosing one method over another, you've got to do this very hard. Okay? So you have your 24 and your negative 5, that goes here. So multiply, factor, divide by what you multiply back in, reduce, and then bring up. Off of it. My father drinks Red Bull. Okay, the last one, which is my preference, is called guess check. Some people don't like this because there's too much mystery in it, but I like it. It's a puzzle, and I love doing puzzles. So. Guess check. First thing, of course, factor out any greatest common factor. That's just reminding you to go back here. That's all that is. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to open up 2 sets of parentheses. Don't do any signs just yet. Now, this one is important, and this one is important. You're going to find factors of A and find factors of C. Well, the factors of A, the factors of 6 are 1, 6, 2, and 3. And then the factors of 20, there are many. We have 1, 20, 2, 10, and 4, and 5. So find factors of A and factors of C. Then literally it is a guess and check game. This is where the puzzle comes into play. What you've got to do, which we already know the answer because we're kind of cheating. What you've got to do is you've got to figure out which of these pairs can I multiply together to get these pairs, but then give me 19. Okay? So we'll start with the 1 and 6 up front. 1x and 6x. Okay, so we're gonna work on this one. 1x and 6x. Well, if you didn't know the answer, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to play around with the 1 and the 20. If I do a 1 here and a 20 here and then pull it out in your head, x times 20 is 20x, 1 times 6 is 6, and that's going to give me 26. That's not going to work. So let's reverse it. Let's do 20 and 1. Because we're trying to come out with 19, okay? Let's do 20 and 1. So we're doing the O and the I of whole. Okay, just the open eye. So the outer 2 is going to give me 1. The inner 2 is going to give me 120. Is that going to give me 19? No. So the 1 and the 20 will not work. Mark it off. Then you're going to go and you're going to try the 2 and the 10. And let's go back with the O and the I. This is going to be 10. This is going to be 12. Is that going to give me 19? You cannot play around with 2 and 12 and get 19 no matter what you do. Okay? Let's flip-flop them. If I put the 10 here and the 2 here, that's going to give me 2 and 60. That certainly didn't help, did it? So 2 and 10 is not going to work. So let's try the 4 and the 5. On the outside, I'm going to get 5. On the inside, I'm going to get 24. Well, if I add those together, I'm going to get 29, but if I subtract them, I'm going to get 19. Oh, what do we need? We need 19. Make sure you have the bigger number positive, and you've got it. And that's guess check. You just play around with the numbers until you come up with 19. So again, you choose. I don't care what you do. You can do box method, bottoms up, guess check, whatever you want to do. How many of you like box? How many of you like bottoms up? Really? How many of you like guess check? For those of you who like guess check, are you familiar with it? Can you do it without me prodding you along? Okay, that being the case, I'm going to go with majority rules. From now on, we're going to do bottoms up on all of our trinomial freely except this one. Okay? All right. John, what time is it? Do you have your watch on? 5:02? Oh, okay. Bottoms up. So here we go. We're going to multiply 10 times 3. So we're going to get x squared minus 17x plus 30. Remember, my father drinks Red Bull. My father drinks Red Bull. So we just multiplied. Done. Now we've got a factor. So our signs are going to be negative and negative. Bust the x squared into x and x, and we got to think, what can we multiply together to get 30? Add together to get negative 17. What do you think? 15 and 2. Very good. 15 and 2. So we just factored. We're done with that. Now we got to divide. What are we going to divide by? 10. You're going to divide by what you multiplied in. You got to divide it back out. Okay, so division is gone. R means to reduce. So 15 over 10 will reduce to what? What? 3 over 2. Very good. And 20 over 10 will reduce to what? What? Thank you. Okay. 2 over 10 will reduce to what? Sorry. What? Very good. All right, so 15 over 10, you're just dividing both of those by 5, and you get 3 over 2. 2 over 10, you're just going to reduce both of them by 2, and you get to 1 over 5. All right, so reduce, done. Bottoms up, both of these are fractions now, so we're going to bring the 2 in front of the x, and we're going to bring the 5 in front of the x. And you got it. Guys, listen to me. It doesn't matter which method you choose. It will take some practice. It doesn't matter if you do box, bottoms up, guess check. It does not matter. You will have to practice this. Have to. All right, let's go with the one on the right. Something we have not been checking is a common factor. Is there anything in common? No, there's not anything in common. All right, so let's multiply 4 times negative 27. Somebody tell me what that is. So we have n to the 4th plus 3n squared minus, I think I heard 108. Is that right? Okay. So let's factor this. Signs are going to be different. Now, how am I going to bust up into the fourth? Good job. N squared and n squared. Excellent. All right, so let's think. What can we multiply together to get 108, but add together to get 3? Does anybody know yet? What? 12 and 9. Which one's going to be positive? Which one's going to be negative? Biggest number carries the sign. We have a plus here. So 12's got to be positive. And the 9's got to be negative. Alright, so let's write it up here. My father drinks Red Bull. We multiplied, we factored. Now we've got to divide. What are we going to divide by? 4. Okay, so division's done. Now we're going to reduce, and we're going to have n squared plus 3 times n squared minus this will not reduce, so leave it be. So we reduced. Bring up. The first one, we don't even have a fraction, so we can't bring up anything. The last one, however, I can bring up a 4, and so we get 4n squared minus 9. Now, I will tell you, if you put this answer on your answer blank, I will give you partial credit. I'll give you half credit, because that's a lot of work. But this is not the answer. Figure out what? You can't factor out an n squared because the n squared has to be in common with these two, not these. Okay, n squared has to be in common with these 3. Can't factor out 3 because they're not in common with the same 3. Look at this. Difference. Square root. What is it? Square root. That's the difference. So it will go again. It will go again. Now don't lose your n squared plus 3. Bring it down. And then we're going to factor the difference of 2 squares again. Do you remember the process? 2 sets of parentheses, plus in one, minus in the other. Square root of 4n squared, you've already told me. And the square root of 9. So that's the difference of 2 squares. Pull it and learn how to do it. Alright. Top left. You try it. On your own. See if you can do it. It's common. Let's go with it. Bottoms up. I would advise you to write that on your paper. My father drinks Red Bull. Alright, so we're going to multiply. Multiply what? 2 times negative 15. And write the new trinomial that you're going to get. So multiplication's gone. Then we're going to factor that new trinomial. Signs are going to be different. Split your x squared up. And let's think, what can we multiply together to get negative 30, but add together to get negative 1? We said negative 6 and positive 5. So factoring's gone. We're going to divide out the number that we multiplied in, which is going to be a 2. And then we're going to reduce. The first one won't reduce. The next one will reduce. And then we're going to bring up any denominators. So we have 2x plus 5 and x minus 3. Okay? The one on the right. What's the first thing you're going to do? There is something in common here. What is it? There's a 2. Let's take the 2 out. And don't lose your 2, okay? So we're going to have 10x squared minus, what is that, 23x plus 12. Okay? Now, listen to me, okay? When you do this problem, when you do bottoms up, box method, sketch check, whatever it is that you're going to do, forget about the 2 for a minute and just work inside that group. Just do the bottoms up to the group. So, again, we're going to leave the 2 alone, but don't forget about it at the end. Don't let me forget about it at the end, okay? Bottoms up on the inside, we're going to multiply 10 times 12, and so we're going to get x squared minus 23x plus 120. And then we're going to factor this. Both signs are going to be negative, and I'm going to bust that x squared into x times x. What can we multiply together to get 120, but add together to get negative 23? Does anybody know? Is it 8 and 15? that what it is? Negative 8 and negative 15. Alright, so now we got to divide out the number that we multiplied in, which is 10, not 2, but 10. So now we're going to reduce. So we'll have x is equal to, x minus 4/5, and x minus 3/2. And the last step, bottoms up. So we'll have 5x minus 4 and 2x minus 3. Thank you. See? Make sure you bring it down. Bring that to